Today, on Be Something Wonderful, manifest your dream life in 7 days. I am your host, Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good afternoon, and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Here we are in Medellin, Colombia, with another big one. One of you reached out to talk about a video that was released about 1.5 years ago now, where the title of this video is, I fell asleep saying I am God and woke up a millionaire. This person found our channel, and then 7 days later, after watching the videos, he found one video where we talked about, or it came across his radar, I am God and there is no other. And then he went and searched other videos and just affirmed that idea, moved to that script, that idea of who he was. We're going to talk about this today. Remember, the video is linked in the description below, so you can watch the entire video. So we're not going to talk about everything that was talked about, but I want to talk about it in the context of this conversation that I had with one of you that said, I really understand now that it's not about suddenly waking up in your dream life. As you've said, Tom, in other videos, it's waking up to your dream life right now. It's you seeing yourself and reality as you would like it to be. In other words, it's remembering yourself and reality as you would like it to be. She talked about the idea that I remembered it wrong, right? And now she's seeing the people, events, and circumstances as she would like them to be. And that's what's unfolding in her life. Really based on this one video that was released about 1.5 years ago now, which we're going to talk about. And here are some of the ideas we touched on. Just decide, choose to stop playing small. Stop waiting for your dream life to happen out there. Stop making concessions to time and space and the manifested circumstances. Right? Stop remembering it wrong. Remember your life as you would like it to be. Remember yourself and others as you would like yourself and others to be. That creates an immediate shift into that life of your desires, into that dream life. Remember, your entire life experience is a memory or mental image of whom you remember yourself to be. That's what creation is finished means. It means you exist in all potential and possibilities. It means all potential and possibilities exist within you. All frames of reality, all memories of creation, and all that you are exist within you, and you within them. So the video, I fell asleep saying I am God and woke up a millionaire, 7 days later from affirming that, from remembering himself righteously, or in other words, how he would like his reality and that version of him to be, right? Not in poverty, not struggling with debt, which was his story, but the new story, that I am God and there is no other. I am source and there is no other. I am reality and there is no other. So let's talk about this. This is what A Course in Miracles says. You're so long accustomed to believe that memory, in other words, remember what memory is. It's just a mental image. It's an imaginal act. That memory holds only what is past. That it is hard for you to realize. It's a skill that you can remember now. You can remember now. Look at this. This is you in the center of all that is. In the center of all possible memories or frames or versions of you or versions of reality of all that is. I am that I am. How you remember or imagine yourself creates your entire life experience. In other words, it rearranges reality. And you experience that reality in the form of a horizontal, linear, physical experience. But who you are now, you're at the center. All potential and possible frames or images or memories of reality exist now. The question is, how are you remembering yourself and your reality? Because that's what it is. It's just memory. It's just a mental image. That's why we talk about imagining in a state akin to sleep, or affirming, I am God and there is no other, while you drop off to sleep. because you're remembering who you really are. You're remembering reality as you would like it to be. Do you see? And that creates the idea of who you were and who you will be. Not the other way around. There is no reality of who you were. There's no solid reality. You create that right now by you deciding to remember yourself as you would like yourself to be, to remember reality as you would like it to be. You as the center. It changes everything. As you stand in that center, in that manifested frame that's changing in every moment, that creates that idea, that horizontal linear path that now makes sense, space-time sense to who you're declaring yourself to be. Or in other words, who you're remembering yourself to be. And it creates a future right in here and now that makes space-time sense to who you're remembering yourself to be. Very powerful, this idea of memory as an imaginal act or a mental image. The affirmation of in this particular video of this creator who was struggling with debt and a poverty and a scarcity mindset, the affirmation that he fell asleep to it was, I am God and there is no other. I am source and there is no other. I am reality and there is no other. However it resonates with you, it's a very powerful affirmation. And it's interesting, that affirmation jogged his memory to remember who he is now. This was the big insight that came from one of you in that conversation. That was her insight. I loved it. She goes, she understands now that affirmation that he did for 6 nights and woke up on the 7th day a millionaire, 20 million bucks. It jogged his memory. In other words, he was remembering himself in reality wrong. And as he affirmed that, it jogged his memory to remember who he is now. I love that. I'm going to use that now. I love the idea that it jogged, she said that it jogged his memory. It did. Each night, for 6 nights, he fell asleep telling the true story. What's the true story? The story you decide from that acknowledgement that you're all that is. From the truth, from the knowing that you are all possibilities. You are all realities. You are the only truth. I am. Fell asleep telling that story. I am source. I am substance. I am supply of all the wealth and success I want and desire. His affirmation is I am God and there is no other. But what does that imply? That I am the source. I am the substance. I am the supply of all the wealth and success I want and desire. That's how you create that wealth and success in that dream life. That's how he did it. 7 days after, he said 7 days after coming across a video where we talked about the affirmation, I am God and there is no other, he woke up a millionaire. That's powerful. He was remembering himself wrong, right? Confusing who he is with the manifested circumstances. That's powerful. Remember, those manifested circumstances are just a story. And as one of you pointed out, he was allowing the story to tell his story. He was allowing the manifested circumstances to define who he is, right? The story to tell the story. I think one of you coined that idea. I loved it, right? He had debt issues. He said he felt that poverty consciousness, that scarcity problem that he was trying to solve. He was remembering and imagining self in his reality wrong. Remember, when you're not imagining and remembering yourself and your reality as you would like it to be, you are remembering it wrong. This comes from that quote in the 2002 movie, the remake of Solaris, with George Clooney. His character, Chris Calvin, Dr. Chris Calvin, saying about his wife that died by suicide. But I was haunted by the idea that I remembered her wrong. Somehow I was wrong about everything. We're wrong about everything when we're not remembering ourselves, others in reality, in the ideal of how we would like it to be, how we would like ourselves to be, how we would like our reality to be. This is powerful. So this particular creator in that video that I've linked below, he said he studied Neville, he paid coaches, all of that. He said, but I kept walking in the fog until I saw your video. Remember, I never met with him. I did not have, I've only got an email from him. So he got these, he pulled this information from the videos, right? He said, I kept walking in the fog until I saw your video. I love this. In other words, I had a foggy memory, hear this, of who I really am. He had a foggy memory of his true identity, of wealth, health, love, and fulfillment and completion, right? That he's wealthy, healthy, free, and in love. That he is complete and fulfilled and healed and whole. He just walked in the fog. What's the key? It's not that he didn't do processes or imagine his new life. It's that he became the processes. He became that new life. Wow. Do you see the difference? We're not, it's not that he didn't do processes or imagine that new life. He became it. I am the way, I am the life, I am the resurrection. That's why Jesus here, I am awareness. That's why the ancients talked about those ideas in Scripture. And this is what he said in that video that is linked below. It has been only 7 days since I subscribed to your YouTube channel. This is about 1.5 years ago now. I fell asleep saying, I am God and there is no other. No state akin to sleep, no other affirmations, no scripts, right? No other affirmations. In other words, no other affirmation than I am God and there is no other. This is what one of you were talking to me about, that you really liked about that, right? It's not that you, again, in other words, he wasn't relying on the scripts, the state akin to sleep, the affirmations, and all of that to create his reality. He decided, it's me, I am the process. So whatever I fall asleep to must be my reality. This really was a masterclass in knowing yourself as source, as supply, as substance of your dreams and desires. I love this. I am the way. He just decided that I am the way, I am the process. Wow, empowering. Then he goes on in this video, then a miracle happened. I won the lottery jackpot. 20 million bucks. And he was very specific about the number. And he said before taxes. I thought that was interesting, right? $377,400,000 before taxes. Wow, I just love this, right? He said in his email, he wanted to share his story to encourage others who are in similar situations, who are feeling stuck, right? Not living their dream, not having the wealth and health and success that they know that they are. To believe that they are their own God, that was his words. To believe that they're their own God. I love that. So I challenge you, right? Just like I challenged this one of you who I talked with yesterday, I challenge you now to a 7-day challenge. To know yourself as source, to know yourself as supply, to know yourself as the substance, and the one and only God and creator of your dream life, of the wealth, health, love, and success. I challenge you to affirm that I have to fall asleep to I am God and there is no other, without demanding reality or the physical circumstances to be any different than they are. To not invalidate any of your experiences, to not invalidate any of the thoughts and feelings that you have, to not invalidate anything other than affirm that. Take that challenge. Manifest your dream life in 7 days. In other words, walk into knowing that you're living that dream life right now, right? It's a massive correction of perception, right? Seeing yourself as you truly are, not as you appear to be. Seeing reality as it truly is, not as it appears to be. Right? It's the law of seeing, as A Course in Miracles says. We just have that incomplete perception, that incomplete seeing. But as we affirm, I am God and there is no other, your perception gets corrected. It gets complete. It gets whole. You see reality in yourself as you would like it to be, not as it appears to be. Manifest your dream life in 7 days. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on our videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, The Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. For joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, anywhere on social media at either Tom Kearin or Be Something Wonderful. You can find us. And for being part of the membership channel. Remember, a few days ago, we released a massive video on the membership channel. We're starting to get some feedback from you guys, and you're loving it. Thank you. It's on the channel to watch now, and we have a live stream coming up on December 22nd, 2024 at 12 noon Pacific time in the US. I'm going to come to you live, and I'm going to answer your questions right on the live stream. So another fun thing coming up. Be sure to also send any questions that you would like me to, any topics or questions you would like me to answer to info@besomethingwonderful.com, or just ask it on the live stream. We're just going to cast our net again and have some fun here. Guys, we're headed back to the States, to our studios in Las Vegas. We will see you there. Until next time, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful in Medellin, Colombia. Until next time, we'll see you soon.